Hey, wrestling fans, Brian Crazy here, F and True Wrestling, back at you with this week's Monday Night Raw review. Apologize, it's a few days late. Uh, no excuses needed. We'll jump right into it. We start off the show with Jerry the King Lawler. He, kind of gloating about his win at Over the Limit, much deserved. He finally shut up Michael Cole. He finally stacked the deck in his favor. He got help, and one of them was a pretty heavy hitter, Hall of Famer himself, Bret the Hitman Hart. He announces the Hall of Famer. He comes out. They're cutting a promo in the ring to be interrupted by R-Truth. R-Truth is kind of showing a little more of a psychotic side. Now, not only has he turned heel, and he's kind of going crazy at the same time. And I think this is a very good development in his character. I can't wait to see what they do with him in the main event. As around the Truth killings in TNA, he was phenomenal as a face and as a heel. So then we go into John Cena comes out and he exchanges words with R-Truth. We then go backstage. We see Big Show and Kane kind of leading on Del Rio's car. Del Rio is not pleased about this. Him and Ricardo are going off in Spanish, and the announcers joke around they cannot translate it for television. Then we go to the Tag Team Championship match, Show Kane versus David Otunga and Mr. Perfect Jr. In this match, we see some good fighting back and forth. Then CM Punk tips it in the New Nexus's favor. He jumps up on the apron and hits Show in the back of the head with a kick. Mr. Perfect Jr., Michael McKillicuddy, picks up the win via pinfall. They are your new WWE Tag Team Champions. Then we see a kind of just like a little segment of a signing that Randy Orton did. He really reached out to the kids, and it seemed like everybody there was enjoying it. Then what starts off as kind of like an old school backstage interview. You got the weaker announcer asking the questions, and the wrestlers all getting mad at him. With Scott Sanford and Big Show and Kane, and that kind of transitions into Ricardo kind of luring Big Show and Alberto Del Rio hitting him with a car. And he was very adamant trying to stand on his own. Obviously, he was unable to. Is this hiding an injury that we don't know about? Is this an angle to try to write him off TV, or is this starting a feud between Big Show and Del Rio? I guess we will only know once this develops a little bit further. Excuse me. Then we move into Swagger versus Bourne. Swagger looks like he's back on his game. He's no longer, excuse the language, Michael Cole's little bitch. And, it really looks like he is on point. I never was a huge Swagger fan, but I think if he brings something to the table. He definitely does. And post-match, Swagger does pick up the win, but post-match, Bourne does get the best of him, and he nails him and then runs away. And then we move into, Cole is backstage. He's looking very down. He goes to give Eve a handshake, and Eve actually lifts her boot up right into his face. Then we go to Cole coming out to the ring. He apologizes. Jerry the King Lawler actually sort of accepts his apology. No more coal mine, no more BS. And actually, for the rest of the night, he was quite docile. And he just did his job. And it was quite refreshing. Then we moved into Miz Alex Riley promo. Basically, the Miz fires Alex Riley after the Raw GM says that Miz will not get a rematch at the WWE Championship. Alex Riley then destroys the Miz, absolutely destroys him. I was kind of glad to see this. Then we go into Maurice at the Bellas and Melina versus Kelly Kelly, the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, Eve, and Gail Kim. Before this match can even really get started, Karma's music hits. She comes down to the ring, and instead of decimating or dominating, she starts crying. And this is a way to write her off television for a few months. She is pregnant, guys. Karma is going to be written off WWE TV for at least the remainder of this year. Then we go into a good match with Kofi Kingston and I believe this was Drew McIntyre off the top of my head. And McIntyre did have promo on this episode. That was a first. They didn't do his long entrance. They started off right at the kind of the point they do on a lot of the SmackDowns. And good solid match, did have to say. Then we had our main event. We had R-Truth versus Cena, R-Truth and CM Punk versus Cena and Mysterio with Bret Hart as the guest referee. Ended up with Bret Hart putting the sharpshooter on, Rey Mysterio hitting a big splash and picking up the win. So it was a pretty good Raw. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed my quick review, and I'll catch you guys later. For F and True Wrestling, this has been Brian Crazy.